Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. It's another day and another dollar that I pay somebody to do this radio show. Anyway, I'm glad you guys are here spending time with me. And look, lots going on. We've talked about a lot already today, another hour where we will get to go down to some more other stuff, to some other things. By the way, I want to say this. Every hour of this show is different. Every single hour. This is not a repetitive thing. I was doing Fox and Friends a couple weekends ago, and it's funny, you know, I'm thinking about my radio show the whole time I'm doing the thing and all this. And here's what I noticed. I did 4 hours. It's 4 hours on the weekend. It's a repeat of the hours, and it makes it easy to some degree. But one of the big things that you people wrote to me about was, God, Kevin, you know, once I catch you for an hour, you know, it's no different. I agree. Hey, that's the format. I'm not going to change it. If they were to ever give me that gig, I'm not changing it. Makes it easy to do. You know, we refresh it. We make it fun. I tried to make it fun when the new stuff came out. And you do, you know, you throw something in that makes the hour a little bit different, but it's the same hour. We don't do that here. If you get something this hour, you might not have gotten it the hour before. So people will be like, Kevin, you didn't talk about such and such in your show. And I'm like, when did you listen? Well, I listened on the third hour. Well, then you didn't catch the first hour, or you didn't catch the second hour. So that's why the on-demand, going to kjradio.com is important. kjradio.com is important because you can get the entire show, figure out what you like, didn't like, whatever. But I don't like repeating. And here's the reason. I'm bored. I think that you can cover, we've done it this way, where we'll cover a topic a little bit in 1 hour. Then we'll cover it in more depth in the next hour. That's what I found myself doing on TV with Fox, was I said, boy, you know, we're repeating the hour. I looked again and I was like, okay, I'll add to the flavor of this next hour by bringing this part of it, the discussion, into it. And I think that makes it fun. So I think that format can work for us. And we've done that a time or two. But personally, I like new stuff. And maybe we don't get to go deep enough. Part of the reason is we aren't taking a lot of calls. Don't have a lot of guests. We will have guests and things, and radio's changing dramatically for me. Yeah, it's kind of a go, no-go year for us in radio. We either make it big or I say, you know what, it's not worth the effort. Now, so far it's been worth the effort. You want to know why? Because I get feedback from you guys. You tell me, Kevin, no, man, don't you go nowhere. Okay, good. Because when we hear that, my team gets excited. We love, you know, understanding there are people out there listening to the show. We don't do a lot of commercializing. You'll see that. I mean, I got books out and stuff like that. We have things we're doing. I don't beat you up with it because I think it's important that you get the message. Would I like to, you know, make some coin in radio? Absolutely. We all want to make money doing what we do. I spend 7 hours a day in radio, and I pay to do it. I pay to do it. I pay a staff, etc. When we had sponsors, but we had to give those up in order to get onto the what they call the satellite or the bird, and that cost overshadowed the cost for us to have the sponsor, the money that we would make from the sponsors. So, you know, we were willing to go that route, but because of that, we pay money to do radio. I know that sounds weird, but that's the nature of it, and I'm okay with that for the time being, because the message is important. And it's funny because God keeps telling me, nope, continue doing this. And I often wonder why. And here's what I figured out. No matter who calls me, no matter what comes up, they say, Kevin, we want you to come on TV to go on Varney. What's the topic? Blankety blank. I already read it. I may do a little more deeper research about it, but I already know. Kevin, we need you to host such and such. You're going to be on Hannity shows. What are we talking about? This. Okay, I already know. I covered it on TV. I covered it on radio. Radio keeps me sharp. You people keep me sharp. So that's the reason why we continue to do it. And who knows, maybe one of these days something happens in radio and the next thing you know, boom, we're on 250, 400 stations, you know, making money and spreading the word, because that's the important thing, spreading the word. Now, let's look at money. Money. Is it about Kevin's money? No. I drive used cars. I don't live high on the hog, as my grandparents used to say. But what I will tell you is this. I'm no longer going to let my staff not make money. These people have sacrificed with me for years, and it is time that they receive their just rewards. That's why I do it. Then there's not a one of them on my team that won't tell you that. You know what I tell them? I tell them this. Second only to you, to your family. Is there anybody more concerned about your finances? Second only to you or your family. Now that includes your daddy and your mama or whatever. But outside of family, there's nobody that cares more about how you make a living than I do. That's the way I view everything that happens on my team. True fact. Anyway, we got a ton to talk about. I was thinking about how we indulge the left. How, for example, education went from a basic understanding of the world where we did the 3 R's, reading, writing, and arithmetic. And the left decided that's not enough. It isn't enough for you to learn how to operate in the normal mode of the world. No, you need to learn all these other things. You need to learn poetry. You need to learn art. You need to learn music. You need to learn all these other things. Now, I don't mind learning poetry. I think it's beautiful. I love art. I'm a collector. And I could go on. Music, holy cow, I'm a terrible musician, but I love it. I could tell you all the things that are good. But here's what I can also tell you. None of that's all specialty stuff. Music isn't going to help me buy my groceries necessarily unless I'm good at it and people are willing to pay me for it. Music doesn't say, Kevin, you just spent, $83.17. What's the change you should get back from your 100? Right? It doesn't teach you that. Arithmetic teaches you that. Reading, understanding the world, concepts, etc. That's what it was to teach you. But you know what we've done? We've allowed the left to take over education. They tell us now we have to learn diversity and women's studies, gender studies, all these different things. Because you can't learn that on your own as an adult. You can't assimilate that. They have to tell you how to think about transgender. They have to tell you how to think about gay marriage or gay people getting together for whatever reason. They can't allow you to come up with your own assessment because you're liable to get it wrong. This is crazy, folks. They teach children how to react to different things. They don't want you to have a reaction. They want you to have a programmable reaction. You can't say, I find two men kissing in public really weird. Oh, that's homophobic. No, it isn't. It's weird. I'm not telling you pros or cons. I'm just telling you that's weird to me. Well, it shouldn't be. Yes, it should.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.
Beth Cook Moranville, author of Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope.
Hope, that wonderful, wonderful 4-letter word that you may feel completely out of. I wrote this book to give you great hope. It's not too late. If fetal position is an all too familiar place for you, I understand. If the next 60 seconds are too long, this book is for you. Wherever you are right now, whether you're dealing with divorce or death or sickness, take hope. You are going to make it through this pain. Don't roll your eyes. I've walked this road and I know it. The best is yet to come.
Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope from author and speaker Beth Cook Moranville, can be found on Amazon.com or Kindle.com. For more information, visit closerthanyourBreath.com or on Facebook at Closer Than Your Breath.